know your ass better call somebody.
By God. We got some upgrades. One upgrade. Time to start our Bills. Starting our Bills debut against the Rams. Fuck training.
Hey, everybody.
Go. Start out with inside.
56. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And to give this time to the tailback. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing his Wentz. And he's got his target. That's more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The first down line at the 34 here on down. Wentz now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4.
Check.
Go. Waiting.
Check. 53 fly. Hey, that's scared. That's scared.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now Wentz gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Wentz going to throw, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Devin White coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Two jet.
They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
It's 7 on target, Wentz.
Here we go. 120!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Yes.
A big play here for the Bills. 42 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
That's it, baby. You got one.
Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run on the draw. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Come on, Wentz. Do something useful.
Wentz snaps down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's Wentz to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now with
right there, 56.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Wentz to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
There you go, Wentz.
And his guy.
Like a fucking
180. 57.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw. Wentz. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
I blame Wentz. I go to
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but
Start your week by installing your game plan.
screw that. Oh, they got Beckham. So their Arizona jerseys are ugly.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 67 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick it. And he'll give it here to his running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Just a great whole 70s not getting away.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And able to find Higbee, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown.
Where's Bill's touchdown?
A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike.
They're getting back.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Out from the shadows of their goal line. Here's 1st and 10 from the 11. Now they'll run on the draw. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee.
Wide open.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing is Wentz. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
55 my guy, 55.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down. And to give this time to the tail. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Here we go. Back. 120.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
58's the money. 50.
And to give this time to the tailback. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Wentz now to throw. And Matthews makes the ground. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Here we go. 280.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here we go. 280.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. The Bills on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Well, this is going to depend on the... It's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so.
You mean they couldn't get a goal from that?
Here we go. 180.
Got a first down.
Watch the curl.
They'll trust and go. The D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard at the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. And he takes it in across the track for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. Take it.
Take it. Shut up.
Go. 280.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
280.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Okay. Got it started out with a good run.
Hey, here we go. Waiting.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And Laddie player week, so if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds.
Are you kidding? You could.
Waiting.
Did they go for it?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he's stopped right around the 29.
I know you feel that.
Go. 280.
57. Come on. Here we go, G. Hey,
What's that?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. From the 27, Wentz. That is incomplete.
Of course it is.
Been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
11 yards and a Buffalo first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wentz, and this is hauled in by Matthews. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They go play action here on first down. He finds his target. It's Matthews. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Wentz going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground.
Yeah, leave me hanging.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, cut in. Watch cut in.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Okay, what? No. Fuck. Way to go, dumbass.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense? Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And he'll give it here to his running back.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, that last run makes this
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right? Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get...
Could stop him. Or no, that's cool.
Here we go. 120.
I'll keep carrying him. Can't go with shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
What are you guys doing?
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll run on the draw. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And a short gain here, down to the 22. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. On 2nd and 9. Wentz, that is caught. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there.
Here we go. 180. Lefty.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. It's complete. Stills. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. He's back to throw.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he can't hang on to it. Instead, second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. He gets it to Matthews, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Counting down to 30 seconds. He'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. To throw is Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Wentz gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Into the red zone, Wentz. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yes.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL.
Go. 280! Good touch!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Third downs. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, blame me. Fucking tool.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop, Breland speaks. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work to... And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and downhill.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now they try the right side here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They run a draw here on 2nd down. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
To throw is Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. On first down, Wentz. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Throwing is Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now Wentz again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They'll try again here for the 7 on 2nd and goal. Yes. He is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there as the first half.
Let's go.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Throwing now is Wentz. Looking deep downfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete.
Way to go, Wentz. How would you respond to it?
Done. 180.
Single slot.
Yes.
Wentz now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to him on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll run on the draw.
Don't give up on your ball.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 17. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. This is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
Here we go. Ready? Sunday.
Back to throw, Wentz. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wentz to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
Here we go. Waiting.
I got you, son.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. First throw of overtime for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me?
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
Offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Give him 18 on that one as first down. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. Just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people to football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he hits his man, Matthews.
I hope.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Wentz now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made by GAWD short. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again this time to the tailback. And from the 18 to a gain of 3. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success.
And he in for more. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic endings off the game.
So they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. Get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall back to 5. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Oh, we're first in our division. Well, tied for first. Oh, Pates are looking nice, aren't they? Cards are all undefeated. I'm at 622 for rushing yards after 4 games. Well, I'm going to leave it there for this time. If you enjoyed it, as always, let me hear about it. Have a good one.